Today we're going to do a dual review of FF number 1, which came out this week, and Fantastic Four number 1, which came out 2 weeks ago. Written by Matt Fraction, both series are incredibly interconnected, and FF seems like a second issue of Fantastic Four. The main story begins with an odd start, as the Fantastic Four are literally within the jaws of a dinosaur as they visit the Cretaceous period for some unknown reason. Before Reed Richards transports them back to the future, the Elastic Man seems to tear. Though initially the cause of this injury is unknown, once he's back at the Baxter Building, doing his whole "I'm a distant genius" routine, a thorough analysis of his arm reveals bad news. The unstable molecules which make the Elastic Man elastic have reached a point of cellular entropy. He is literally breaking apart. Having no knowledge of any solution to his ailment within the known universe, he logically assumes he must search the unknown universe for an answer. This will be possible due to the ship Pestilence, which was the flagship of Johnny Storm's Annihilation Wave. Richards proposes that the family go on a year-long educational trip, where the children can see firsthand the intricacies of the universe. Since it is a space-time machine, though they will be gone for a year, they have the ability to return a mere 4 minutes after they left in real time. Yet despite planning on a 4-minute absence, Richards wants to make sure there is a Fantastic Four to protect the world while they are away. So each member is tasked with recruiting someone to momentarily take their place. Reed chooses Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man. Susan Storm chooses Medusa, the Queen of the Inhumans. The Thing talks to Jessica Walters, the She-Hulk, and Johnny Storm seems to completely forget but brings his girlfriend Darla Deering. So what do you think of this new temporary Fantastic Four? Do you think they're going to stack up?
I think this new team is pretty interesting, actually. I mean, it's a very diverse group, and I think that'll make it a good series.
Yeah, some of these characters, you sort of don't hear about them as much. Ant-Man, I think, is more one. You don't really see him as much.
Yeah. I like Medusa a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Inhumans are just cool in general, so.
Might see some Black Bolt action. Though my biggest concern or question is, why wasn't Spider-Man asked at all? He was just...
Because that guy is... He already has too much on his plate, Chris.
But he was a part of the Future Foundation. He was on the team, and then they don't even bring it up at all.
It wasn't a good fit. What role does he fill?
What do you mean, what role does he fill?
He would have filled Johnny Storm's role, but Johnny forgot to ask him, so that's on him.
I actually love the jokes that they have with Johnny Storm forgetting when he says,
"Yeah,
I gotta ask about that thing."
So I was wondering, is when he says I forgot about that thing, is that why his girlfriend's wearing a thing suit?
Yeah, I thought that was actually really witty.
So it's kind of like a play on
the thing. I find it kind of ridiculous that it's a 4-minute span and they're just blowing it up into this huge deal. Obviously, it's not going to be 4 minutes.
Even Ben Grimm said, how often do things go according to plan?
Yeah. My question is, is this, they got their powers from the whole cosmic accident or whatever, and do you think it's because that, whatever happened there, it's finally coming back, and do you think it's going to also happen to the other people? They're going to lose their powers in different ways.
No, because I think this is only affecting Reed Richards.
He's basically just got version of cancer.
Pretty much. And I think this serves as a trip for him to spend time with his friends and family, and also look for a cure.
Do you think he will find a cure? Do you think he'll be
Of course he's going to find a cure. That's
No, I think it could be like a touchy moment. He spends all this time with his family, and then he dies of cancer.
Franklin is going to save him in the end. I already know. That's exactly what's going to happen.
One thing I do hope is that Franklin's powers get a little bit more defined. Right now, he seems to be able to do almost anything, and I kind of like knowing what,
I like the fact that he can't do anything. He's the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe.
I don't know if he is, because I don't know what his powers are.
He definitely is. Even in Hickman's run, they talked about when the universe ends, it's just going to be him left at the end. One Galactus, too. So as a grade, what would you give this series?
Now we're combining both of them here, and I'd give it a 3.5, a solid 3.5, because there's some, not exactly a lot happened, but it was great setup. Great setup for what could happen.
I would also give it a 3.5. Thanks for watching this issue of Between the Bags and Boards.
But before we finish up, we have a question for you guys. Do you think Darla Deering is actually going to be part of this new team, or do you think Johnny Storm's going to finally go ask someone else, like Spider-Man?
Leave your answer below in the comments. You can also hit us up on Twitter. Check out our Tumblr page. We have posts like Power Rankings for Marvel Now. Please subscribe to our videos, and also check out our other videos. We have a lot of other Marvel Now reviews, so look at those. Thanks.